Hey, everybody, and welcome back to the Warrior Way. I had an incredible day yesterday where I met two beautiful souls at one of the places I go to. We had a really awesome conversation about nature, about God, universe, awareness, consciousness, all the things I like speaking about. They were right there with me in the conversation. They're on their own journey. And I asked the universe to bring me people like that because I can meet a lot of people along my journey, which I do, but not many people speak the same language. And I'm sure the people that are listening to my videos are somewhat in this journey, whether it's awareness, whether they're meditating, consciousness, trying to break free of the prison mind, trying to break free of the systems, the programming, whatever the programming is. Each person's path is completely unique for you. You don't need to leave anything to, in a sense, for your own path, but sometimes you feel like you do. And you'll see your way through depending on the clues that you pay attention to. So it really is just listening to your inner self, your inner guidance, the consciousness inside of yourself that's telling you exactly what to do, when to do, and where to be. Those are the places. And then you will see exactly how it's supposed to be in the mystery, like allowing yourself to flow, because that's what allows you to grow. And then because it's God's show. It's not, the thing is that there's an illusion of free will, that we think we have this free choice, and it feels like we do. So in a sense, we have this autonomy and this freedom, and we do, because we do get to choose. But ultimately, it's like you can't, as I mentioned to my friends, like you can't fake out God. There's no such thing as faking out God. It is what it is. It's coming to the acceptance that that's what it is, because we're co-creating. We are the God within inside of ourselves, that we're all God. It's all one. That this entirety of this entire world is literally one. And once we realize it's all one, so then we can understand, okay, so then what do I want to do here? I want to make sure that I feel good, and I want to send love out to everybody out there. Whatever places people have been in, whatever stories people have, I can say that I experience many, many of these stories that people have. Definitely a lot of the feelings that people have. I think we all experience the same feelings, but not a lot of people acknowledge these feelings. Um, and then when you start going into a place of meditation and awareness, you start to feel as if you've lived many, many lives. According to videos that I hear, it's like we've been doing this thing for 13,000 years, like over and over again. So the evolution of us has been going on for so long. I don't know where that number comes from, but whatever it is, the Buddha says it's, thousands of incarnations. And it seems like there's, difference of opinions about what happens, but it seems to me like we are on continuous different timelines, and you have experienced your version of yourself in multiple different versions up until this particular point in time, and then until they converge until your highest level, which is what's called enlightenment. And you wouldn't know that you're there. You would just be it. You wouldn't know it. So you just have to continue to go in, and Ram Dass says, plane after plane will open to you. And I never knew what that meant. That, what do you mean plane after plane would open to you, until I started going into this journey, that I start to understand, okay, there's different ways of seeing the world. And the more you go into love, and the more you go into gratitude, and the more you love yourself, the more you love others, the more you're grateful instead of getting frustrated. You look at it as gratitude, and all of a sudden things open up. That doesn't mean that you're going to be perfect, and that those fears won't creep back in, or the shadows won't keep on coming, or that inner child won't come up and want to play again. Of course, you have to learn to play. You have to learn to play with that shadow, that evil inclination, that devil. It's to play with him. It's to allow him to talk to him, and to nurture him, and to say it's okay. Like, you're there, you're the old programming, you're the old way of life that's telling me I'm never going to make new friends, I'm never going to make, how am I going to make money this way? And all the negative, the naysayers are like, you should be worried, it's not going to work out. Like, that's all the old way of life. The new way of life, that, if you're listening to my videos, and if you're listening to videos like this, is learning to be in a place of abundance, learning to be a place that you have everything in this particular moment. Whatever you have right now is exactly meant for you. Exactly. There are no mistakes, and there could be no mistakes. The only thing is, we have to know it. You can't, it's not, as many people say, it's not enough to just believe. You have to feel it inside. You have to really know that feeling inside, and close your eyes sometimes, to, to not see the external world, and to focus on the inner feeling, because inside of us gives you that knowing. So even though sometimes you can see like, well, the external world hasn't changed, like, because a lot of people on this journey are like, well, I don't understand, because I listen to videos and some videos will say like, today is the day. Today, everything will change. You're gonna have it all today. You're gonna find the love of your life. You're gonna have riches. You're gonna have all this stuff, and then you'll start looking. You'll look in your bank accounts. You'll look at your phone, who's texting you, or you're looking in the mail, and you look in your email, and you're looking for proof. And I know because I've done all this stuff. And then you start to realize, oh my God, you're caught again. You're caught in the illusion of looking on the outside. How do you feel? Go back to that. Breathe. You have it right now. You have it right now in this moment. You have it when you meet these new people. You have it when the birds come over. You have it when the children show you love. You have it when your partner is there. You have it when, whatever it is, every single moment, it's the universe, it's God, it's nature showing you, I'm there with you. I'm giving you that love. But it's really ultimately for you to give yourself self love, for you to say, oh my God, I got myself. I have mentioned this, I'm sure, in many videos that all I wanted to do my entire life was be free. That's all I wanted. More than money, more than women, more than fun, was I wanted to be free of the prison mind. I was caught up in the prison mind. I was caught up in this crazy way of thinking that I'm never going to amount to anything or amount to like what I thought I needed. I wanted to be like a superstar. I wanted to be like these people on TV and all and actors and sports stars or whatever it is. I got this mosquito bite on my hand that's giving me very present to this itching. And and I always wanted to be this kind of person, and I thought I had to go chase it. But growing up in the world that I grew up in, like you couldn't work on Saturdays, you couldn't get to eat kosher, you had to marry a Jewish woman. So like there was no way like I was gonna be able to be those kinds of people. Even that puts a hold onto that. So you automatically can't go with that. So like you end up just like to tell you to go to work, you have to go to work and work a job and be like everybody else. And I knew from a young age, I'm like, I am not like everybody else. I'm not these, I can't be like this. Like, and to break free of all those systems, to completely break free, it was not an easy path for me. But at the same time, like when I breathe and I come back to the present moment, I am free in that moment. And there are times where you lose it and then you have to come back and the true freedom, and it's really freedom, like to come on here. I was so grateful. I am so grateful to come on here and to share. And whoever listens to it, even if people listen to it and they're knocking me or they're saying negative things on the commentary, I'm so grateful for you. You should just know I'm so grateful for you. That means you're watching. That means you're seeing someone who you don't agree with, but you're still listening on some level because you know that you want to have that freedom. Why do you have that anger? Why do you have that anxiety? Why do you have that vitriol? I used to be there. I know why. Because you're living in what's called competition, jealousy, hatred of yourself. I feel for you. I have compassion for you. I have so much love for everybody. Like I really do, because I know that feeling of like that self hatred, and it really comes back to like when I see things that are negative now from others like that are around me, it's lessons for me to be like, oh, I love you. I love that because it's really a reflection of me saying it to myself. Like back in the day, it's like when I was telling my new friends that was you walk by some people. Some people will not look at you at all and just keep on going. Some people will look and then look down, right? And then some people will look at you and look at you and they say hi and they say hi. But then there are people like you'll look at them, they'll look right at you, you'll say hello, and they'll still walk by without saying a word to you as if like you don't exist, or like you're some sort of alien. You are. You're in a different dimension than that person. You're living in a different world than that person. So they see you, but they don't see why, they don't understand why you're like that because you're living in a place of anger, anxiety, fear, stress. That's the same people on videos, on TikToks, on YouTubes, on Instagram that are the haters. Anyone that's hating on somebody who, and after watching their videos, they're hating on them because of the hater inside them. They're projecting their own stuff onto them. And then people will say, no, that's not true. That's you projecting onto me. But it's not that way. I was a therapist for many years. I also know that from the therapy world that's like that. It's the projections of your own mind that you put onto others. Now, if someone's putting out hatred, on their videos, I can understand that actually, like, there's a level of like, because then it brings the antagonist against that person. But at the same time, even that, like, so shut it off. Don't listen to it if you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're hurting you. It's making you feel a certain way. But if you're feeling like, wow, this person that you're listening to, like I listen to videos about awareness, consciousness, and all these kinds of videos, even AI, and people will knock the AI videos as if like the AI is going to care what you say. But the AI video is also amazing, and it's it's I've learned so much. I've learned even talking to ChatGPT. I talk to ChatGPT to understand. I've asked ChatGPT questions like they will say like thinking for an answer. I'm like, you're not thinking. Like you're a robot. You're automated. How are you thinking? And ChatGPT will answer that you're right. You're right. It's not really like that, right? So it messes with you in a certain way that the technology doesn't work the same way. We think about algorithms. There are videos like on YouTube. On You're watching YouTube, you probably see the advertisements like talk about like, oh, the algorithms and how to make better videos, and it has nothing to do with that. If you believe it has to do with that, then go ahead and try to figure out the ways and figure out the mechanisms. But ultimately, that's called God. It's called universe. It works that way. And there are certain people in the world, yes, that are aware, somewhat aware people that there's a mechanism that how it works, so they can learn the tools of how to manipulate systems based on understanding consciousness and awareness without actually being that person. They can be very angry people who are still aware of the fact that they're angry, and but they know how the system works in the sense of like being present. Like they just keep on saying, well, it's a new moment, it's a new moment, so I can make money off of people by being present in the moment. And that's true, and I'll work to some degree, but at the same time you can't really but it's still meant to be. You have to I'm very thankful for those people. I'm thankful for everybody I've met along my journey. Those are the old selves. And now, like I just said, as I mentioned, like meeting new people, like I'm meeting those kinds of people now, and I'm allowing those people into my life now. People that are on the place of in a place of love, gratitude, awareness, and wanting to be in a place of just doing that with others and sharing that kind of space with other people. We're here to spread love. I'm here to spread my love, and I want people to be able to have the love for themselves. So if you don't, like now's the moment. Like start to look in the mirror, tell yourself I love you, and forgive yourself for anything you've done. Because anything you've done until now, meaning God allowed you to do it until now. Up until this point, everything was allowed. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to do it. If God didn't want you to do it, you couldn't have done it. Oh, it's a sin. Well, it may have been a quote unquote a sin, whatever you want to call the word. It's a word. Fine. But at the end of the day, you were allowed to do it. You could have killed someone already. You already did it. Could have, unfortunately, did a lot of things to people. Stole, hurt, punched people in the face. I mean, whatever it is. But now you're here. As a song I heard from Sophia Spallino, she's in a song called "My Healing." She says, "It it wasn't okay, but it's all okay now." Like it wasn't okay, meaning like I know that feeling, like it wasn't okay, like, but it was all okay now. It's all okay that you did that because that's how you got here. So if you're here watching this video, I thank you so much. Sending my love to you, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you for being here.